We went every Saturday. We went to the doctor every Saturday. Every Saturday, yeah. I just did what I had to do. That's all. Those were the needs of the family. You don't think of you anymore. You don't. You know, you don't. First you think of the kids, and then yeah. Well, not every Sunday. Once in a while. Usually I watch the mass on TV. And once in a while I go and take the envelope. Yeah. So Sunday morning there's always on the TV. And every day at 9:30 there's a nice mass on the cable. Yeah, so the religion sure got me through, but maybe this making me have a little space in paradise. Yeah, or maybe this way I'm gonna have a little more space up there. I do what I had to do. What didn't help in that he was angry with me. Almost everything I think he didn't fight, only think to take the medication. Sometime I had to be sure that he didn't get it out. So you really were the, oh yeah, that's real good. Let's say I discussed things with him, but he didn't let me do anything I want to do really. Well, you would come over, there were two things. You were little, and then you got something inside yourself and you wasn't happy about it. And now you keep it up for a long time. I think that's where we try to do our best with what we have to do. Yeah, pasta un po' di tomato. I just take a few little pieces of that all. Well, in school I was so proud. That is the best for me. You spend $1 million if you have it. You spend it, the money you have for school. Me, I never, the school is school to the child have to learn. Because I wasn't that lucky, so I grew up and we had 5 years of war and Mussolini, no school, no buses, no niente. And I was a kid, and there was I lost 5 years. I grew up after it. You never recuperate from that. Besides, and did I feel that I could do better than what I am doing? I could learn more instead. Yeah, that stopped me. I feel that I am handicapped in that way, yeah. But no, I didn't have enough school for me to feel right. To know that I went to school, that I learned a lot, that I feel that I never know enough. So when the kids brought home A's and B's, but mostly A's, and they were on their honor roll all the time, and that was the proud moment of my life. Because, I won, especially Tamara she had the good report card all the time. Matteo had a good report card, but, when he... Noi che mi piace parlo tanto davanti alla ragazza. Studiando la notte quando stavano sotto esame, he had all the time he had good marks too. She's just not because he studied at night during the day. Yeah, and in fact, when I went into, because the private school, they went to the high school. What they call it now, I can't even remember the name, but anyway, regular school, the public school. They are good, but I didn't like it. I wanted Tamara more to Santa Maria, to St. Mary's School. Yeah. Somehow, I don't know. She say, "Oh no, I don't want to go there." And besides those, wouldn't even the money. It's 4 times up. Okay. Yeah. It's $12,000 now. Points to that. So anyways, I didn't insist. When I saw that she did good, I didn't like the school. I think I don't care. Nobody had, no other kid of mine is going to go. So in Nashua High School. So that year, Matteo got to go high school. We were in Italy. So we came home, and it was August, the end of August, at Bishop Girton, and the school starts earlier than the regular school. So I said, Mateo, I wanted you to go to Bishop Girton. He said, oh no, I don't think I want to go. They were all boys, and he didn't want to. I think that no like to go. I already had his name in the regular school, you know. I said, okay, let's do this. We make a deal. You start there. You start over here at the Bishop Girton. Then if you don't like it, then you can transfer to the other school, right? And that's what we did. And we went down to the school already started. When we came from Italy, all in, and I tell you, the kids, all I want to come here. And the school already has started for 3 days or something, so I insist. And I said, well, the report card was, they want the report card. So I was in the house, I'm going to get it, I'm going to bring it down. And had it on the room, the report card, and he said, yeah, this is okay to come to our school. So they took him in right away. So now he did really good. And when he went to college, because he was ahead, you know, private school, yeah. So anyway, they made me proud. And when they graduate, you know, they made me very proud, a lot. When you become a mother, you don't think of yourself for too much. You think only, so like what I said, when they graduate, I was happy. I taught Mateo too how to drive. I'll tell you a funny story. Mateo was about 16. He didn't want to go. Gonna take the driving lessons or drive the car, right? So I think, well, he was in school already. I used to go to the school and pick him up and maybe bring him down in the morning, so that was fine, you know? Tamara was already working, and she already had a job, so Mateo said, Ma, I want to take the driving lessons. I say, why you don't make it to wait next year? Because you're going to drive right now anyway and everything, you know. So he didn't complain so much. So the time went by. One day I say I could take him to school and I pick him up the same time, you know. He said, no, Ma, don't pick me up today because I have a driving lesson. I say, you do? What do you mean you have a driving lesson? He said, Tamara gave me a check. Oh, I said, Tamara gave you a check? How dare she give you the money to go to school for the driving school? It's paid already? So what are you going to do? Tamara, she came home. Tamara told you. Tamara, I said, who told you to give, you think that I didn't have the money to let him take the lessons? I didn't want him to. It's a matter of authority. Yeah. Know why I didn't want him to take the lesson that time, but he was just about 16. I wanted to wait another year. There was no need to go about, you know, I think it bothered him, and you know, to drive is going to be, but I worried about this stuff. But Mateo never made me worried. Mateo went to some time, he went out with the kids that I knew. If he had to stop and get a pizza, he called, he looked at the movies, but he said to me, I'm going to stop and have an hour and have a pizza with a couple of kids, and I was good. Tamara never did that. So it took her the lessons, so he had to take her for the driving test, So because those days the kids, they wear a long hair, you know, but at Bishop Girton you couldn't wear a certain length and that, so I told them, oh, you go and take the test. They see you with that lot of hair, they're going to think that this kid is no good. And he said, nah, you cut your hair first, then you take the test. So the kids, they go and they get the haircut. So I said, see, you passed because you present yourself nice and clean. Even, you know, trustworthy. But that was fun, and I was laughing a lot, and that was the most funny thing. But I had to tell Tamara, don't you dare if I tell him he couldn't do something, and I do that for him. And then she laughed. But he's fine, you know, he's fine. Maybe it's a blue cake, right? And then the screen comes down, and there's another link, and this one is the lingering effects of dirty bombs. on health, the health and well-being of the people that are affected by dirty bombs. And then we go into Cassandra.
I wouldn't rank poetic about it, but I wouldn't rank poetic about it, but yes, I waited a long time to have kids. Not the longest. I mean, I was still able to have kids. I mean, I decided I was not going to be a mother. These were mine. But for me, I think it takes a huge amount of work. Just the fact that you realize that you are responsible for somebody's schedule. You know, making sure that they're taken care of 24 hours a day. And I've always worked. But I think a lot of it was logistics. And I think during my college, you know, part of it, a small part of it, I chalked up to zero probability. You know, and believe in that there are too many human beings on the earth, so they're not totally possible. Yeah. But I think really, the biggest reason was that I knew how much work it would be. And I just couldn't see myself doing that amount of work. You know, it seems exhausting.
Go for it.
And I think it is exhausting, you know. So yeah. Well, I only have 3 degrees.
Leave
I have management degrees.
Okay.
2 bachelor's degrees. Management in sociology and master's degree in library science. A few years of study. Photographic studies at graduate level. Not a degree. Oh, absolutely. Motherhood is harder than graduate. Yes. There's no question. Motherhood is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Is that one that we're missing that you lost?
Comes down to a really small example of it would be that you would think once your child is asleep at that time you should. You know, especially when they're infants. You know, I stayed at home for the first few years of my daughter's life. You know, for the first year they go off on for naps. And they start to become a little bit more regular. And a little bit less frequent. And then you realize. You say, you know what? I'd really like to go buy a loaf of bread. You realize that your kid is sleeping. So you can't leave the house. That's a big one. And I've actually discussed that with other mothers who are like me. Yeah, I just don't know.
So the please back. So the please back.
What is that?
Hold on, roll them back up.
Oh, cheers.
Okay.
That's when I see where the work
I'm going to put it up on the...
because now you have to just go and use
Really?
What changed my mind about having kids is that I think my husband wanted to know. And if you interviewed him and asked him the same thing, I think that he would tell you that I wanted to have a child and that he said yes. But the truth is, he stopped it in a very nice way. And I think you know, I'm of philosophy that says you have done a very nice thing in a very nice way. And I think you know, I'm most all of it.
You don't have to. We don't have to finish this if this is like getting too long for.
I think it's getting a bit long because